Yeah, we have a custom run, and honestly, I have absolutely zero clue how this is going to go. My deck is quite weird. It's a custom deck setup, so I'm not going to be changing that, which means the Ive Turtle is much less useful. Event Shrine definitely has potential. I don't have that much slimy in this deck, that's a hint. I do have some, but not too much. I may just take the I think I'll take the Event Shrine. I think I need tempo right now. I am going to have a lot of trouble upgrading this deck because I have a lot of orbs in it. So you'll notice here that the orbs I have, they're pretty high quality, but the problem is there's just such a high density of orbs that like I might just struggle an awful lot actually trying to get to my orb that I want for the specific scenario. And if I'm trying to upgrade an orb, trying to get to an upgraded orb sounds pretty rough. So if I don't find a ambidextrous, this certainly is going to be a very interesting run. Honestly, not even sure if it's going to win. But I do still have a lot of really good orbs in my deck, so hopefully, it can kind of just get us there. I may need to be doing some early upgrading and just trying to ignore a store. Let's get a bounce things. Cool stuff. Just because I guess passives are pretty helpful. Map doesn't really call for it. So won't. So yeah. This is all of the rare orbs. And one terrible and horrible. Let's see if it can win. I don't know. I really just don't know. They're all strong orbs. Well, some of them. Most of them are really strong. Um, is it enough to win a run? That is the question. Because I'm not allowed to like add more summoning circles to my deck, that kind of thing. It certainly would be very handy, wouldn't it? I can't actually aim straight at that. Unfortunate. Oh, Obsidian is actually really nice with Adventure as well. Kind of forgot that I would have the Obsidian in my deck, and yeah, that's just actually really nice synergy. Also, some other stuff like Orbs Reaction, Potion Bolt. That's it. Let's not shoot the one which makes me lose health. Until I... Oh god, I wish I could pick that up. That would be so nuts. Especially with the wheels being rare, Summoning Circle is just hopefully a lot better. I'd argue that the best Summoning Circle is a consistent Summoning Circle, but as long as it's shooting something good, it's also nice. Let's see what you can do. I was hoping for something more, I'm going to be honest. I was really hoping for something more. Let's just pop a bomb, try and claim my +1/+1. It ain't much, but it's honest work. Since my next shot is going to be refreshing, and I would like to feed the roll. Or do I want to feed this roll? I'll feed this roll, actually. I think that way I can actually access this roll. Which sounds like a better idea, but I'm not fully sure. I will most certainly, though, be shooting my collateral damage this next shot. I think that just sounds like a pretty good idea. Converts the first peg hit. Okay, well let's convert this one. And then hopefully we're at least hitting one of them, because I just would rather not lose health here that isn't to a collateral damage. That being said, I will just take this shot, and yeah, it looks quite solid. And now let's just hit a bunch of these +10 pegs, because the Event Shrine pickup was just really good. Slightly more health than I would have liked to lose there. But the Event Shrine pickup was certainly very nice. A little bit of powder collector. It has pretty good synergy with all the bomb stuff we've got going on, and apparently in Rare Orbs there's a lot of bomb stuff, almost as if, bomb stuff is pretty good. I would have absolutely... Ooh, that is juicy. I would have loved 3 more cash there. Yeah, that's why. Oh no. So I've already seen an Instigator, so I think I can get the Instigator back. That is exactly what I was not hoping for, but... at least I get an upgrade, right? Yeah, I don't know, I'm not happy about that. You have got to be kidding me. Just a check. I did just remove... Okay, man, I'd rather... I was looking forward to buying the remove there, but if you say so, you say so. This is like never going to proc. This is not bad. This is also not bad. This is on average the same as this. Except... There's no except. I do have one critical, so except Atomic Explore is, I guess, slightly better. However, I also have max HP increasing I can do, so let's just pick the greed option. I have so much upgrading I need to do, and exactly as I mentioned, I can also be doing max health upgrading, which sounds reasonably decent. That just buys me more time to try and get to the orbs that will win me the fight. There are a lot of passives I could get, which would have great synergy with some of these rare orbs, because that's the thing about the rare orbs. Usually on their own, They're probably not too crazy, but you can just like find one specific passive with it, and then boom, it just goes completely nuts. Or sometimes it's not even just like one specific passive, sometimes it's just like a combo, and then it's just literally winning you the game. Okay, so we have an upgraded day now. I believe Summoning Circle, then Potion Bolt, and then what do we think's after that? What are we thinking? Bob-Ob's certainly not bad with Short Fuse. Another Laser Orb just to get some proper damage on it. It also doesn't sound too bad. What else do we have? Poltergeist to try and race to the level 3 sounds pretty good. We have the multiple orb one. Yeah, Orb the reaction also sounds pretty good. But as mentioned, I'll start off with Summoning Circle. It's got to be Potion Ball after that, especially with the damage nerf to Barn. Okay, looks like we shouldn't be losing any health here. Our next shot is pretty damn good, although we actually will need to be aiming at bombs because unfortunately it's not going to be an AoE due to the fact that I planned on shooting the Potion Ball. Bam, perfect stuff. Now let's aim at this refresh. It actually has a mildly good chance at hitting it. Alright, Boo. I'm pretty sure you're just kind of dead here. Alright, level 3 Summoning Circle already is quite valuable. I'm not allowed to buy that rubble, unfortunately. It would be good. Who do we get? A little bit of Slime Drop. Okay, not bad. I do like this deck setup as well. We can kind of just set up this Orbsium nicely, I think. Not too nicely, because unfortunately this peg is not active for the Orbsium shot. Oh no, it is. Because Laser Orb's going to refresh it. Wow. Well, that's just perfect, ain't it? Absolutely perfect. Divine. Because, yeah, like, look, it's just some free damage, right? It's nothing too crazy, but yeah, Orbsium is fun. I love a good Orbsium shot. Oh, imagine you get... I was really hoping you'd hit a bomb and fly upwards. Because Poltergeist is pretty damn good at flying upwards when given the opportunity. Unfortunately, we just couldn't give it the opportunity. Oh no! I lost my 30 upgrade peg. Oh well. Destroying the peg is honestly also equally as valuable roundabout, so I'm not going to complain. No slime. Maybe a slight misplay on my part, but probably not too much I could do there. Now, it's definitely Slimy Salpia. However, Greed. This run is just kind of going well enough that I'm kind of just fine to take the Greed there. I believe we should be Xing Mole on full health. Not fully certain on that, but I'm pretty sure we should be. Also, actually, trying to race for a Shock Absorber upgrade might be very nice, just for the collateral damage. We should not be picking up Sapphire Sack, but there's a chance I might pick it up for my boss passive. Let's claim some cash and refresh. Oh no, because that's how that works. I see, I forgot about that. Boom then. Let's just finish it up. Echo? We have an Echo in our deck, right? Wait, Echo is... Seriously? I might have just missed it. But the fact that Echo is not a rare orb is actually crazy. Wow. I think we can afford to maybe do slightly more cash. Not too much though, because I do want to enter Area 2 on effectively full health. Give or take around about 10. I'm just shooting this. Not the best collateral there. But yeah, that's a lot of mole progress, and considering the fact that it's very easy for him to get off his hits, I'm kind of happy to just claim that much damage as self-damage. Especially when, yeah, he's basically dead. Unironically though, Horrible is better than refreshing the board there. Surely, right? Yeah, good. Cool. So not too much health loss, but a bit of health burned. Oh, perfect. I said give or take 10, right? Like, that is all within what I wanted. Look, I kind of just want to do opposite reaction next. I think that Shock Absorber is much safer, but I want to do opposite reaction. It's just so fun. Alright, Shell. It's definitely very good. One less refresh on the board, sorry, is... Electro Picnic is actually quite good for a lot of my orbs. I should really consider that. However, I think I'm just going to take this Shell. It's pretty solid. Them being small is not enough of a deterrent for me, I'm afraid. I will always just be a fan of Machiska Shell. Simple as that. I wasn't even aiming for the crit there, by the way. But I'll take a crit here because that was pretty cool. Let's try and leave those bombs active. I totally missed the part where I had a Bombeton, I'm going to be honest. But I ain't complaining because Bombeton is just A very, very nice safety blanket to have for some of these Area 2 maps. They can get super, super nasty if you don't have the proper tools to deal with them. Now, I would say that we do have the proper tools to deal with them, but you're not going to complain about getting some extra tools, right? Oh, I kind of ignored the fact that there was a peg in front of that refresh, which is, I'm going to be honest, probably not the best play. But it doesn't matter. I've got a lot of cash to work with. That is really nice. Good, because I'm going to need it. Wow, do I just forego upgrading for a while? Sure. Let's do it. We can get like an enhanced stat. That's so much more damage. Like a complex core would be nice, for sure. There's just a lot of stuff I would like to see in the store, so I think it is kind of worth just trying to save a bit. Looks like this first bomb shot, though, was absolutely incredible. That is going to absolutely set us up for the rest of this map. Try and make sure that we're losing least amount of health as possible. Where's my refresh, by the way? I can't actually spot it. So let's slow it down so that I can actually find... Oh, there we go. Yes, I would like to aim straight at this refresh. Thank you very much. Now, I don't think I had enough bombs on the board to get a kill, but maybe Powder Collector could have gotten me there. Powder Collector got me there. Honestly, it might not have even been Powder Collector. Oh, Refloss of Stone just grinding us a whole bunch of extra cash. Don't mind if I do. Is that 2 or 3, by the way? I don't know why, but I keep thinking it's 3. And like, it's always been 2. 2 certainly is nice. I don't think so. I'm just not going to get the payout, and I kind of want my cash for this upcoming store. I doubt this is going to be the $120. Wow, wow! Man, I love Poltergeist. This is without a complex claw. Level 1 Poltergeist, by the way. Just really good stuff there. Let's try and claim some more crits on the board because of Spin Vent originality and having a deck full of a single type of orb. Getting more crits on the board is just a really good idea. Honestly, this run is going a lot better than I expected. I thought we would have issues. I honestly thought I'd lose. I thought you would not be seeing this, but apparently you will be. Cool, cool. Balm for the next shot just to make sure I'm not losing any health to this silly pinger right here. Sounds pretty nice. 2 more bombs, by the way. He is gone. I think I'll pass on shooting the collateral. Don't really need to be losing that health, and I am kind of worried for the upcoming boss fight. I do think that while we do have some very good tools for dealing with that boss fight, especially if we're not going to be doing any more upgrades, it might get a little bit risky. I think we may be taking a few more hits than what we would like. I should be able to hit a refresh, and I should just be able to get a ton of value with this shot. Perfect. That was exactly what I was hoping for. 291 cash, by the way. That is not bad. Echo Chamber just to add on a little bit of extra damage every single time. Yeah, that sounds decent, but I think I might prefer this Peglin Pendant just because I have all of the cash passives to go with it. Like, quite literally, all of them. All of the ones that spawn more cash onto the board, apart from the boss passive. Criticus, not bad indeed, not bad. Some bombs there, but not all of them. A little bit of an enhance. Perfect. It's absolutely incredible. You know what else is incredible? This entire store. I'm a big fan of Unicorn Horn, and I feel like it's especially good here. However, you know what? Actually, I think it's just this. It's shocking. Absolutely shocking, I tell you, but I think I turned down the cookie. That does sound very ridiculous, doesn't it? But I think Unicorn Horn actually is going to give me more value than the cookie. I should already just have a whole bunch of lovely, lovely healing. That's my thought. Yeah, let's get rid of it. I only have 1 pebble in my deck, so it's not a necessary target for removal. I don't really care about keeping... Oh wait, I almost forgot about this. Yes, I'm not going to try and greed for a later chest to try and hit a bomb skip money. I'm just going to claim the Molten Mantle. It's not that bad. But it's not exactly the highest impact passive for sure. Technically, sure, we have multi-ball. It's going to do stuff. It's just not going to do as much as, the enhanced gunpowder we got, for example. Which is a pretty bad example because, it's enhanced gunpowder, but... Oh man, a recon would be amazing, wouldn't it? It would just be absolutely incredible. Anyway, finish up that fight. Then we got another store, 175 cash. Perfect. I believe it's only 165 we needed, but who knows? Maybe we want to claim ourselves a lovely, lovely remove. So it's 30 per hit. Hopefully we can get to a 3rd hit then. Refresh Yield, Reduce Refuse. These are not impressive. Not at all, let me tell you that. So, what are we taking? A basic blade? Sure. Do we want a Refresh Yield? Not really. Distraction? Yeah, it's going to be helpful for later down the line, I think. Especially when we're playing with a collateral damage in our deck. A fight here where I don't lose any health so that I can do a lovely little bit of upgrading on my orbs sounds quite lovely. I just also need to not lose any health, which I am slightly worried. I get the distinct feeling that I am not going to be losing 0 health. But who knows, crazier things have happened. I should probably be aiming at the refresh this shot, but I just believe. That's why you believe, folks. As it simply works out. Holy, I almost missed the bombs there. That would have been unfortunate. No recon is definitely not the most ideal. Ooh. The bomb upgrade is getting pretty tempting at this point. I will just chuck on one extra upgrade onto the bob orb. Just to try and get slightly more bombs out, just because that'll give us some nice extra damage for our shock absorber, and I think that might be really nice. That one extra coin was very important for me to get. Definitely worth the potential 5 health loss. Huh, that's a good shot. It's a really good shot. Let's try something like... Actually, I'll just hit this peg. That way we're getting that peg upgraded. I missed the crit. It's fine because my next shot is the impressive one. I do kind of wish that I had the... Holy... Machiska Shell is just a pretty good passive, huh? Pretty good passive. I was kind of scared of this fight. Straight up. But, yeah, I guess I'm just not anymore. Oh, he died to Refilibuster. No, Criticus. Wow. So that was the ping damage source. I presumed that the ping damage source which was killing enemies was Refilibuster, but no, somehow it was actually Criticus. Awesome, Ultimate. But I'm going to pretend that it was all Criticus because that's way funnier. I kind of need to get this upgraded ASAP, don't I? Viridian Trinket Construction. So there's the funny route. How much do I want a Viridian Trinket here? How much do I want a Heavy Hand here? And how much do I want Constricting Chains here? Look, I think all of them are definitely pretty takeable. Pretty decent. I do think that perhaps dense and small might be a bit too much of a downside to take. Viridian Trinket Cindy is very fun. Are there any of these orbs which Poltergeist becomes much less useful? Orbsium is fun with it. Yeah, you know what, screw it. Let's just take Trinket. Viridian is very fun. Okay, Coin Dragon. I can't pick up a rubble. I think we should have enough though. It'll be fine, right? Yeah. How do we want to... Oh, wow, that is like exactly the kind of shot I was looking for. Huh? It lied to me. Oh. That's sad. I would have preferred it if he hadn't lied to me. Alright, let's just claim a sapper and get out of here, I guess. This is exactly why I want that lovely shock absorber upgraded, because I'm not the biggest fan of losing health, but if it means I'm losing less health than the enemies would deal to me, then I'm all for it for sure. That should be it. I hit one sapper already, and that's 2. I'm already down to 65 health. I would really love to get... Not the collateral damage. Where are you? Shock absorber, there we go. To get that shock absorber upgraded. Now we only have one stall, I'm fine with that. I am going to start pressing that max HP button. Because at this point, I've kind of already gotten all of the passives that I care about that are just like look really nice. There's a lot of nice passives left. Like a complex core would be nice, a cookie would be nice, a round guard would be fine. But like none of them are really necessary, like especially the round guard, because I don't plan on reloading like ever. But like it's definitely still worth me going to the stores. It's just like maybe I should have more than 85 max HP with the collateral damage in my deck and versing Coin Dragon, like just maybe, right? Oh, I love it when Laser does that. I do think they made it a bit harder for Laser to do that though. It looks like the shot momentum has changed slightly. That's what it looks like to me. The fact that I have not somehow upgraded an Orbsium yet is also pretty criminal. It's like one of my favorite orbs ever, but I just kind of haven't upgraded it yet, which is funny. Constricting Chains for the Adventure Unvalued would have also been pretty decent, wouldn't it? I probably should have considered it a bit more, but I don't know. Viridian has been working out so far, so can't complain too much. Alright, perfect. Damage reduction and global damage reduction, both of those are incredibly valuable for sure. Nice. I'm just going to be upgrading the Orbsium. I talked about it, so I'm upgrading it. Simple as that. How do I aim this? 'Cause, like, I guess I just wait for this. Oh, I clicked on my character. Lovely, lovely. You gotta love clicking your character and just not being able to navigate because of that. Oh, okay. Nice. I unfortunately can't do either of the other options because we are using a custom deck loader and those be the rules. Alright, perfect. But they certainly would have been nice in other scenarios. I think I will just shoot this, see what it does, because yeah, we're going to be taking a bit of sapper damage, aren't we? That's fine. Distinctly less fine. Bam! Get some damage reduction, get some healing. It was the one I would prefer the most, but damage reduction is also valuable. Certainly not the craziest, but that's what passing through the healing slime peg. Oh, it immediately popped it. I also need this bomb upgraded quite badly. 46. 10? He still got 10 damage? I thought we damage reduced it. Jeez, man. That was rude. Let's try and pull off a good laser shot then, because I really do not want this guy sticking around for another shot against me. That sounds particularly nasty, to the point where I'd have to press the heal button. And unfortunately, it looks like I indeed will have to press the heal button. So I want to go for a shot like this. I think this looks pretty nice, doesn't it? Because that way we get to claim... Oh, the crit is not going to be in the way. Perfect, okay. My bad. Because that way we get to claim the refresh, and the second we claim the refresh, well, not only can we hit the healing slimes that we're actually creating, but also it should just be enough to get the kill. Nice, nice. Definitely need a bit more of a max HP though. This fight kind of proved to me that I'm still just exceptionally squishy. Like, I will just crumple quite easily. More bomb upgrades, Prime Rod of Frost. Now, I don't think that this is going to help out that much in the Corn Dragon fight, so I will take the Prime Rod of Frost. Actually, I can even crit every shot. Maybe that was a bad idea. It's quite easy for me to hit crits with Viridian. But then again, maybe it wasn't. I kind of have to take the -6 max HP here. Unfortunate, but I think that's just what I had to do. A lot of question marks. Hopefully we don't get some more bad event RNG, because that would be really bad. That is very decent though, and then we do not have 95 cash. Unfortunate, because I have no more removes in my deck. Perfect. Refresher course for scaling. Well, look, Ambiguous is not exactly adding too much. Decoy Orb, it's going to give me 1 proc in the boss fight, actually, which might be more value than this is giving me. I think I'm going to need really good healing for this boss fight. I think that's what I'm going to need, because I feel like it might take a bit longer than what I like. Ooh, that is interesting. Let's try and... No, actually, I just want the instant passive things. Just a perfected reaction to help out in the next few fights sounds much better than waiting. Yes, I could always hit the your bombs give gold and then I'd have more gold. But in case you didn't notice, the treasure chest is quite literally the... This is fun. Please give me some healing. 2 health. 3. I think I got 3 whole health. 4. Okay, that would get much better. Yeah, nice. I just wanted some healing there. Lovely stuff. Am I pressing another button? Yes, I'll press another button. I kind of need to. And then let's get a whole bunch of... Oh, yes, I can just claim these healing pegs so easily. Perfect. I really need this health. Perfect. I don't need to press the healing button anymore, is what I would like to say. Unless... Oh, that's unfortunate. I really wish I didn't have that. Remove? Okay, that's a refresh. Oh, man. That is so good. Because, as you could tell, I was very worried about how much damage I would be taking in the boss fight because I lacked the proper scaling tools to actually combat him well. However, now my scaling tools are just looking really kind of solid. Quite good. I actually am just going to end this shot a little bit so that I can try and shoot this as a sapper popper on the next shot because it has... I take like no damage from him. It's 2, right? 2 is definitely a worthy trade for finishing out the fight, right? 0 because of damage reduction slimes. Yeah, baby. That is what you like to see. For sure, for sure. Okay, now, I don't care about Poltergeist, I don't care about Instigate Orb, I do care about Laser, I do care about the both of these. So let's drop 2 upgrades there. I do also care about Crittable, so let's do that when we get the opportunity. Let's just do this. No health there for me, unfortunately. Oh, that was the last one. Oh, Ambi, wow, nice. Good, because I've got a lot of pretty bad orbs in my deck. All of these orbs basically can be good at some point in time, but I just feel like now it's not that. You know what? Like, screw it. Let's just say screw it and try and get off to an explosive start. That's what I'm thinking. Because we should be able to do pretty well. I think Viridian does line up just pretty well into this map. Let's just stack up my Shock Absorber a whole bunch. Oh, that could have been so much better. Could've, should've. I need this next shot to be pretty amazing for healing, because actually, this is not looking that ideal. Do I want to burn my bomb? I actually kind of don't want to burn my bomb here. Which may prove to be incorrect, but we will have to see. Let's just try and claim some healing. Hopefully this isn't a bad bounce back, but... Oh, I was really hoping it wouldn't do that. Yep, there's that 2-turn value that I was kind of scared about them getting, but I kind of think I had no choice. There's some more healing. Ow, am I just dead next? No, I have some damage reduction. Lucky me, I guess. Oh, no, I was just dead. Wow, okay, yeah, that was the issue I thought the run might have. Because we've got a bunch of orbs in our deck and it's really hard to access our orbs that are good for a win condition, and we couldn't access our healing orbs that well, unfortunately. Um, I guess. Oh no, I was rewarded, by the way. That's the reason why I didn't shoot the bomb. I wanted to set up Summoning Circle Bomb, and I literally got it. Which, by the way, I think looking back on it was a stupid play, but it worked out. So, like, clearly it was a good play then, right? Yeah, that was the issue that I thought this run might have. Like, I just kind of don't have the scaling that I would need to close out the run. Just because sure, all of these are good orbs. Pretty much all of them you can find a great use for, especially amongst all of the classes. On Spinventer, some of them are a bit harder to find uses for, but you can still do it. Looking at you, Cloud, sorry. But yeah, because it's all just like a mishmash of different strategies, unfortunately, they don't really meld together the best. And I probably really should have picked up that cookie. That's really bad. Oh man. I did not notice the round guard. My bad. Okay. I should have probably used round guard that fight. I don't know if it would have made a difference. Like, he still has half of his health. That is a lot to chew through. And, like, sure, it's very easy to argue that I'm a scaling comp. You can see access of the scaling, like, all around. But, you know, that's still another good, like, 4 or 5 turns, right? Like, that is a while to go. And, yeah, I think if I could do this again, I should have been using my ambidextrary round guard stuff more. Just spam cycling through my deck. But in the end, my deck was just like really big. It made it really hard to use the orbs that I wanted, and I had some like I've got some classic combos here where if I just shot them, we would have just won this fight on the spot. But unfortunately, it's a bit hard to line up that summoning circle nonsense when you have this large of a deck. But yeah, it's fun playing with the rare orbs. But I think I might actually try this again. That was pretty fun. It was distinctly enough of a challenge. Like over the course of the run, it was pretty smooth. It wasn't too tricky at most points, but there were definitely some points where it could have been really, really constrained. Like imagine I get an early plants, right? And you definitely need to be on the lookout for like how you actually deal with this. I thought I was kind of upgrading my deck fast enough. It looks like at the end there I actually wasn't. But yeah, it seems like I just like couldn't get through the Coin Dragon.